And what do I know about Powerless, Copy, and Red Queen? Not much, because I haven't read either of them. But I can't offer a valuable opinion on much, but this is right up my alley. We're gonna start off with Red Queen. I'm on chapter 7 now. First off, the end of chapter 4, when the guard, jaw was on the floor. What? And Cal, I fear I'm obsessed. He's just a little cutie patootie. Okay, so I just finished the scene with Julian. We met him. I like him. I like his vibe. We met Maven, obviously. Is that how we say it? I don't know. But I'm sensing a little love triangle. Maven, Cal, and Mare. Right now I'm Team Cal. We're gonna see how that works in my favor. And then there's also the guard, Lucas. I don't like him. That could just be him being a silver. Getting off vibes from him. I will say I am really invested though. I will say like the class system I really like, where the silver bloods, those are the powerful, the rich, and then the red bloods are the poor, no powers, like whatever. I feel like a lot of dystopian books / sci-fi books, they usually have some sort of like class system, but I really like how this one is set up. It's just two things. Sometimes we get a little complicated when there's like a million tiers of the classes, and then I was also thinking, again, I don't know yet. Right now I'm liking this, and if Powerless is a copy of this, then am I gonna like Powerless? I mean, again, the writing is different, maybe, like the writing style, the voice. This is first person, so I don't know if Powerless is also first person, but I do love first person. I mean, I like books that are similar to each other, so it's just making me think of like, if I like this, then does that mean I'm gonna like Powerless? Or even though it is the same, if it's just so poorly written, I'm gonna hate that one. But the story, I don't know. I'm gonna read some more. So I finished Red Queen. I think I'm gonna give it a 4.5 stars. I really liked it, had a great time. There was just, I don't know, it didn't give me that like 5-star feeling though. I really thought it was going to in the beginning. A lot of first books in series kind of fall into this, where it's like, all right, we're done with the first book in the series. It's gonna start leading into the rest of the series, and I think that's what this kind of did for me. So I was like, oh, okay. Also, I don't know now if I'm Team Cal or Team Maven. I'm very torn between the two, and that's not usually something that happens with me. I'm very like one or the other. I definitely want to continue the series. The ending is kind of crazy. Even like the last line, I'm like, okay, so now I have to like keep going. Now I'm invested in another series that I'll probably never finish. But you know, I'm trying to finish more series this year, not start more. I also saw people accusing Victoria Aveyard of copying Powerless, which like, that's a whole different thing because this came out 10 years prior. There is literally the Twitter logo on here. So, well, I'm gonna go start Powerless. All right, I'm about halfway through this book. I have a lot of thoughts. First, I'm totally seeing the resemblance to Red Queen. We got someone, a thief, people with powers, people without powers, girl without powers, or so we think, but she's pretending to have psychic powers right now. There's two brothers, both royalty, people who like to sew, partially silver hair, ballroom, dancing. I'm also still recovering from the ending of this, so to like jump right into this is kind of jarring, but I also want to say that I haven't seen this in the conversation as much as this is also taking a lot from the Hunger Games. There's a list of names for these trials, and these trials are to commemorate something that happened in the past. Well, this was like a plague, and we have the elites and the ordinaries, and it's because of that plague, which, okay. I like the name because it's very, okay, you're ordinary, or okay, you're an elite because you have powers. Are they the most creative? No, they're not. And that's okay. They had kind of a training for these trials, and they had the interview for like the tributes basically for these trials. I know the author described if the Hunger Games and Red Queen came together, like the author, like Lauren Roberts herself said this, trying to yap. There's a way to do trial-esque things with being a little more creative. all right, we're doing trials to commemorate something. We've seen that before. And don't get me wrong, I love a good trial. I love the games. I find that very entertaining. But entertainment value of just objectively, if I'm looking at this book on its own and not as a is it copying perspective, I am enjoying it. It's thick. I feel like this moves not the quickest. I do like the dual POVs. This is definitely more like romance. I think I also just with this world I'm a little more confused. Whereas Red Queen, I really understood the world we were in. Here I'm like, I don't think I learned what that is. I have less than 100 pages left of Powerless, so I'm going to finish this right now, and then y'all are going to get my final thoughts. I will say, before I finish it, Kai and Kit, I don't feel strongly towards either one, so like, I don't care. I just finished Powerless, and I don't know if it's a common thing, but there was also a bonus chapter of Kai 5 years ago when he kind of did the thing. The ending is kind of insane, and it definitely is leading to the next book in a series. I feel like I didn't care about Kai and Peyton. Their voices were very similar, so I really didn't care whose POV we were in, and I found myself constantly forgetting whose POV we were in. It was fine. I think I'm going to give this a 3.25 stars. Also, the ending of these books are kind of similar. I wonder if the series themselves are going in different directions. So do I think Powerless is a plagiarized version of Red Queen? I think worse. I think it plagiarized Red Queen and the Hunger Games. Because also, with the trials, they're showcasing Peyton and Kai. They kind of do that in the Hunger Games with Katniss and Peeta. Like, I feel like there was very little about this that was creative, unique, I've never seen before, never been done before. It was really just taking Red Queen and Hunger Games and put it in here. Now, was the book marketed that way? Yes. But I've also seen books saying, oh, it's a mix of this book, and you actually have new and unique content within that. And I don't like being negative. I mean, did I enjoy the story? Yes. Yes, I did. If I'm looking at this objectively as its own entity, yeah, I enjoyed it. This experiment is over. My hypothesis was correct. My hypothesis was actually worse than I ever could have imagined. Not only is it plagiarizing one book, it's plagiarizing two.